Hello everyone. In today's lecture we will see new point from chapter number 3 and heading of the chapter number 3 is combining first and second law of thermodynamics. So in the last lecture we have seen the pressure dependence of the Gibbs free energy and temperature dependence of the Gibbs free energy. So in today's lecture we will see our next point, chemical potential of a perfect gas. So chemical potential of a perfect gas is defined as mu is equal to dG upon dNi at constant pressure and temperature. So see here mu is the chemical potential of any substance and this is defined as it is a rate of change of Gibbs free energy with respect to change in number of moles at a constant pressure. Then the chemical potential shows how the Gibbs free energy of a system can change when the substance is added into the system. And if chemical potential, that is mu, is greater than 0, then Gibbs free energy G will increase as N will increase. N is the number of moles of the substance. Now we know the equation, the Gibbs free energy at constant temperature and pressure is variable. One parameter, as we have seen in our properties of Gibbs free energy, one parameter should be constant and second parameter will be variable. So here the temperature is constant and pressure is variable. So G is the Gibbs free energy at constant temperature and pressure is equal to standard Gibbs free energy at constant temperature and variable pressure plus nRT ln of P upon P0. This equation we have solved in the last lecture. Here P is the pressure and P0 is the standard pressure. R is the molar gas constant, N is number of moles, T is the thermodynamic temperature. So this is the definition of Gibbs free energy, which is equal to standard Gibbs free energy plus nRT ln of P upon P0. Now the chemical potential of a perfect gas is given by equation mu is equal to mu standard plus nRT ln of P upon P0, because as we know that the Gibbs free energy dG is equal to d mu, means here dG is equal to d mu. So we can write instead of this G directly N, that is the directly mu, that is dG is equal to d mu. So instead of G you can put mu. Mu is the chemical potential. So this equation can be written as mu is equal to mu standard plus nRT ln of P upon P0. And the Gibbs free energy changes with respect to amount of substance and composition of a substance. So this diagram shows the change in chemical potential or the change in Gibbs free energy with respect to amount of substance and composition of a substance. So as the pressure will increase, the mu is also increased, that is chemical potential is also increased. Obviously Gibbs free energy will be higher. Then our definition of Gibbs chemical potential is, which depends on Gibbs free energy, is mu is equal to dG upon dN at constant temperature and pressure is variable. So this can be written as d in bracket N into Gm divided by dN, because Gibbs free energy is dependent on the number of moles. So we can write directly G is equal to N into Gm, M is the molar Gibbs free energy, and the molar Gibbs free energy obviously includes number of moles. So, the molar Gibbs free energy Gm can be written as N into Gm. M is the suffix. So, G is equal to, just put N into G, and M is the suffix. So, Gm represents the molar Gibbs free energy and small n represents the number of moles. So, D in bracket Ngm divided by Dn at constant temperature and pressure is there. Therefore, mu is equal to, you can write, just take this Gm outside the bracket, Gm in bracket, remaining terms are Dn upon Dn at constant temperature and variable pressure. So, Dn get cancelled, that is 1. So, mu is equal to Gm. So, we can write just Dg is equal to d mu, or molar Gibbs free energy is equal to chemical potential. Then, our definition of Gibbs free energy is again here. Dg is equal to minus SdT plus VdP. So, this minus SdT plus VdP. In case of S is the entropy. When Gibbs free energy is molar, obviously entropy should be molar and volume will be molar volume. So, just put Dg is equal to d mu is equal to minus Sm into dt plus Vm into dP. Just S is equal to Sm and V is equal to Vm. Now, our definition is delta S is equal to delta H upon temperature. H is the change in enthalpy, or delta H is the change in enthalpy, and T is the thermodynamic temperature. Delta S represents the change in entropy. So, this is the definition of change in entropy, which is equal to delta H upon T. And we know the molar entropy of the gas is much more higher than the liquid than the solid. Here, Sm represents the molar entropy. Again, the definition of chemical potential is here. d mu divided by dt at constant pressure is equal to minus Sm. So, from this equation, we can write d mu by dt at constant pressure is equal to minus Sm. So, just transfer this dt to the left side, d mu by dt, and when pressure is constant, this term will be 0. So, just this much term is remain, that's why d mu by dt is equal to minus Sm at constant pressure. And when the temperature should be constant, at that time obviously this term will be 0, because change in temperature is equal to 0. Temperature is not changed. Then you can say only d mu is equal to Vm into dP. So, d mu by dP at constant temperature is equal to Vm. So, these two equations are prepared from the last equation. Now, the Sm and Tm are always positive. Obviously, volume will be positive and the entropy of the system is always increasing. That's why it is positive. Now, the fundamental relationship between the chemical potential and the temperature is graphed as, this is the relation. d mu by dt at constant pressure is equal to minus Sm. So, see here, on the y-axis chemical potential is there and on the x-axis temperature is there. So, when solid is converted into liquid, the temperature will be Tm, and when liquid is converted into gas, the temperature will be Tb, that is the boiling temperature, and this one is the melting temperature. So, chemical potential of solid, liquid and gas phase is plotted as a function of temperature at constant pressure. So, here d mu by dt at constant pressure is equal to minus Sm. So, by using this equation, we have plotted this diagram. So, from this diagram, we can conclude that the substance melts at the temperature Tm corresponding to the intersection of solid and liquid line. Then, The substance boils at temperature Tb corresponding to the intersection of the liquid and gas. And the entropy of phase is the magnitude of slope of the mu versus T line. So, this is the line mu versus T graph is plotted here, and slope of this graph gives idea about the entropy. And the entropy calculated is as Sm gas is greater than Sm liquid, which is greater than Sm solid. Then this is the plot which shows solid is directly converted into the gas. So the temperature is known as a sublimation temperature. That's why this is written here Ts. And the pressure for this is lies below the triple point pressure, and the solid will get sublimated. So this plot is of chemical potential versus temperature, and here solid is directly converted into gas. So no, there is a no liquid formation, only sublimation occurs. Then this is the diagram which shows the triple point of the water. Here chemical potential versus temperature is plotted, and firstly solid is there, it will get converted into liquid, then it will get converted into gas. So the point of intersection of all three phases is known as a triple point of water, and this diagram is of the pressure correspondence to the triple point pressure at the TTP. All three phases coexist in equilibrium. Now, same way as the entropy will increase, the volume will be higher. So, molar volume of the gas is very higher than the molar volume of the liquid. So, this is the case of boiling point elevation, and when the Vm liquid is less than Vm solid, there is a depression in freezing point. Now, the point is the open system and the changes of composition. So, for open system, the system can exchange both energy and matter with the surrounding. So, we will get two equations to find out the chemical composition of open system, and the equations are here. d mu by dt at constant pressure is equal to minus Sm. We have seen this equation. And d mu by dp at constant temperature is equal to molar volume. And the change in entropy is equal to del H upon T. And here Sm and Vm are always positive. When chemical potential will increase, obviously temperature is higher. So all this is about the chemical potential of solid, liquid and gases and the open